Okay guys, this is the first letter A lesson craft for the 3-year-olds. This is the book, How Do Apples Grow? And this is the project. So you'll need red paint and 1 green and 1 brown stick for the kids. So here's how I would run it. Just pass out this to each of the kids, and then enough green and brown sticks in the middle of the table for the kids to share. I would talk them through it. You're going to first pull up the green one. Let's talk about our apple and the parts that there are. So what is this? This is a leaf. Generally, what color are leaves? Right, they're green. They obviously, when they start to fall off and die, they turn yellow and orange and brown and red and all pretty colors. But we're looking for a nice fresh green leaf because this is a fresh apple that we're gonna eat, right? And then what do you call this right here? This is a stem. Good job, this is a stem. And that's the part that hangs on the tree, right? And then when you pull it off, sometimes the stem comes with it and it stays on the apple. So that's gonna be brown. So let's go ahead, let's take our brown, pop the lid off. Some of the kids are gonna need help, but I want you to ask them to try so that some of them will do it, and those that don't, then you and your assistant can go around, and then you're gonna show them that they're just gonna get that stem brown. Just stay on the stem. It's nice and big. I've given it big fat black lines around it so it's easier for them not to cross over. If they cross over, no big deal. Just tell them don't worry about it. And there you go. So there's your brown stem. And then you have green. And so then I would say, hey, now you're pulling up the green. And what are we coloring green? Are we coloring this green? No, even though apples can be green, today we are going to have a red apple and a green leaf. So let's just stick to the leaf. Again, just have the kids do their best, coloring it all in. If they only color some of it, I'd say let's get the whole leaf green, okay? It's not very often you see white leaves, so let's go with the whole green leaf. And I know there actually are a couple different colors of green, and I feel like I would have chosen the dark green if I had realized, but I didn't, so it's too late. But if it's you guys, choose the dark green stick instead of the light green. It looks a lot better. I think that's on your example in the other rooms. Then that's done, and I want one of you teachers to go around and grab up these and just go ahead and put them away, okay? So take them off the table so they're not there. They don't have the ability anymore to get them mixed up in anything, and they're just gone. Then you have these little plates, and I would just squeeze enough paint around so that we're not being wasteful. But again, if you have used it in the morning, go ahead and throw a little plastic wrap over it, or even just a sheet of paper just to sit so that the afternoon teachers can just reuse it without having to re-squeeze and all of that. Afternoon teachers, then that leaves you with the cleanup. That's all right though. You're just gonna rinse that off at the end and rinse the sponges out really good. Now we've gone with these larger size sponges. There are smaller ones in the thing, but I'm thinking for 3-year-olds, this larger size is perfect and won't take too long for them to cover. And then you, as the teacher, I want you to kind of press this in and get it ready for them so it's around on the plate. Does that make sense? And then the kids are going to just take this, and there we go. Easy peasy. They're going to get good coverage on there. They're coloring the whole apple. Yes, it could get on the table if you're just straight doing it on the table, which is totally fine with me because this tempera paint is washable and washes up. Tell the kids they only need to dip it in probably 1 time, maybe 2. If they just keep going over it and over it and over it and over it again, it'll eventually get fully covered, just like that. If you are not interested in cleaning this up, then you're welcome to have the mats underneath them that we usually use, those, just the big construction paper, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. You have 2 teachers in there, I feel like you guys are fine. And that's pretty much it. Livy feels like she wants to make she's having an opinion. Let's hear it. Okay, let's hear it.
Just when the kids, when you're introducing them to the sponge and
yes.
the paint, it usually happens at the beginning of the year. One of them will wipe the sponge across the paint and take up all of the paint.
Oh, right.
And so you have to tell them to
You're
dip.
teaching them to dip. This is called stamping. So
Yeah.
she's right. That's right. Because sometimes they will. They'll just scoop up all the paint and then
Yeah.
one person will have all the paint. So you're saying, guys, in order for this to work, we're working like a stamp. And so stamps go, we dip and then we pull it back. Dip and pull it back. Not scooping, not swiping. And I think that the best way to teach a 3-year-old that is to show them. You can tell a 3-year-old all kinds of information. It does you no good. This goes for everything in a 3-year-old class. So I would have it squeezed in and say, okay, I'm going to teach you what not to do. Scoop it up. Oh, now there's nothing left for anyone else, is there? Okay, so we're gonna happily sponge. Watch me, I'm sponging that on there. Now there's more for everyone to use.
You're gonna have them do a little chant when they do it. So when they put it in the paint, they say dip, and when they put it on their paper, they say dot.
Yeah. Dip, dot, dip, dot. You can choose however you want. I might say stamp, 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 because we're teaching them to stamp. So, and if you want to make it cute, you can say like an elephant, stamp, 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 or stomp, stamp, stomp, stamp, something like that. Dip, dot. Anyway, yes, I love that. That's 3-year-olds. Okay, and that's basically your project. The only thing I probably didn't mention that I would have made sure I did before is got all their names written on the back of it. All right.